Well, I feel like this is my lifeline to the world. This is my messages to the world. I feel like a drowning nightmare, I swear. The United States broke my phone. It took me 2 days to put the phone back on. They were threatening me the whole time, but like, you can't threaten a God that's already won. You could just take sucker punches, but then they lose every time. So they break my phone for, 2 days almost. I sit around wandering like a homeless loser, begging people if I could borrow their phone, if they could make a phone call for me. I had to keep calling this company forever to try to turn the damn phone on or get the phone back on. I went to Verizon experts. They could tap into any phone in 2 seconds. But because my phone was Lyft company directed, or since my phone was connected to Lyft, they couldn't help me. So I had to go into a Verizon location, which my service is Verizon. They used their technology to go right into my phone. And then they looked right at me and said, there's nothing we can do because you work for some company. Oh my God! But they just tapped right into my phone. I hate this country. They broke my phone for 2 days. They did every fuck you overloaded thing they could do to me for 2 days. And I still held my ground. I said, I'm a dead God who stands for what is good and right, and you people will pay for all this. I am a dead God who always stands for what's good and right, and you will always pay for all this. Gosh darn it, I feel like a weird, victorious weirdo because I got the phone on and I get to go back to work. Oh my gosh. And I feel kind of bad. I didn't get to leave any messages for any of the good people along the way. But I'd like to say the Verizon location in La Quinta, they're really good, nice people. They I guess they couldn't help me, I don't know. But they let me use the phone to sit and say, I'm right here with Verizon experts. I have a Verizon phone. You know, I'm calling your weird company number because, like, I guess nothing matters. You know, can you help me? And I have had to drive around from town to town to town to get all the help, redo my Google, this and that, and all kinds of weird stuff. Just have a phone and be able to go to work. I have went to homeless shelters. I'm going to have to be really grateful, though. I went to a homeless shelter. I saw homeless ladies sitting around. I'm going to have to be grateful. I felt privileged. I felt like it's better to be not having my phone and not having my Lyft app and not having anything and having to run around like a weirdo because I had the privilege of going to a shelter, a homeless shelter, and I got to see if there was any women who deserved a miracle. And there was a woman who deserved a miracle. And I told her to tell that lady that was going to let me to use the phone. Thank you. So there was a lady at this homeless shelter, and she was willing to let me use the phone to be nice. But she didn't know how the hell to help me, and neither did I know how to help myself, which is how I ended up at the Verizon people, because it's a Verizon phone. But she couldn't help me. But she was a really nice lady that was willing to try to help me. And you know, when people are trying to be helpful, and, you know, that's a big deal. Just somebody that'll help you when you're struggling is like a big deal. So that Verizon location that would let me just keep calling this weird company and saying, you know, use the Verizon experts if you need to. I mean, come on, I just want to go back to work. Thank God for the Verizon people, and that they were really good, nice people, and let me use a phone. It turned out the Verizon experts, I guess, they bypassed it or whatever, and finally got the phone on. But they're good people, so it's worth it to say thank you. And I really want to say thank you to the homeless shelter, because one guy gave me some directions. He was really nice. Another lady helped me to try to find help or a phone number or make a call for me, but it didn't work. And then I want to thank that homeless lady that qualified for a miracle. Thank you, homeless lady, that you qualified for your miracle. I can't wait to walk you right into your miracle and have you tell that lady, thank you. Because if that lady wasn't nice to me, I wouldn't have sat there for a while and realized, oh my gosh, there's homeless people right here. I was so stressed out, I didn't pay attention. When I sat there, I felt their soul. I felt their heart. I felt what they've been through. And I realized, oh my gosh, there's like hurting people in here. If they wouldn't have snapped me out of my problems and offered to help me and had me sitting there waiting, I would have not realized the homeless people were homeless people. They need a lot more than their phone to be fixed to go to Lyft to go to work. I'm a dead god. I'm supposed to figure it out when the United States just keeps hurting me and threatening me and breaking things. Humanity is fragile. This might be the most impossible thing a dead god has had to get through, but humanity is fragile. Good boys and good girls are the reason we're here and deserve everything we can give them. Humanity is fragile. I'm a raging dead god that just has to go through the sucker punches for the ultimate victory. And then I wanted to think, there was a guy over by Cardenas. I was like, I know the ruler of Mexico is so nice. So Mexican people are so nice. And there was a guy right outside of Cardenas, and he let me use the phone. It didn't help me or work, but he let me use the phone. So I just wanted to say thank you to the people I can remember off the top of my head and reminisce on how pissed off I am that the United States tried to ruin my whole existence. The United States was laughing that I'm going to be homeless at a homeless shelter. But, like, who cares if you're homeless at a homeless shelter? But, like, the United States was laughing that I will be nothing but raped, dead garbage. And I will be nothing but the dead, raped garbage. And it's like, you know, you can rape my outside body. It was fake in the first place. You can kill my outside flesh. It was fake in the first place. If you have killed me recently and put me to sleep, you'd realize the whole thing's not even real anymore. So you'd already know you're destined to lose. But gosh darn it, when they break the phone, that kind of really does make a god want to fight back on overload. Because boy, how much you need a phone and technology. That's enough to make anybody really angry.